Have you seen the Winnebago man on YouTube?
No.
Angriest guy in the world. He has like 1 million outtakes. Yeah, it's not.
We can make a reel of it.
I know, we need to watch it. Okay, day 4. We rise. We've got Dunaverty Golf Club. Had Shiskin, Macrahanish, Matt Jones, and then Dunaverty. But it's cold. It's really cold. But we make a move for the car and see. We go down to the golf club and see what's happening. So it's the last morning down at Dunaverty. We heard a guy that we all laughed at yesterday call it Dunaverty. Called it, yeah, so it's Dunaverty. Course is closed. Disaster. As you can see on the ground, there's like a film of hail. So it's been kind of hailstones storm at some point, and the temperature isn't high enough for that to thaw, so that's on the greens. That's just frozen the greens and the tees, and they don't like you walking on the greens and the tees because then that breaks the grass and damages the grass. So they have shut it until the greenkeeper said possibly this afternoon, where it might heat up, but we are unfortunately running out of time. So it's a shame because Dunaverty was one I was really looking forward to, but the shining light to this story is that we just have to come back and play it when it's open. So not many people here. The greenkeeper kindly came and met us and just said, it's no happening the day, boys. So we're going to go out and have a walk because it's just a stunning morning. Look at the sunrise here, just coming up over the course. So we're going to have a wee walk and see what it's all about. So you will have heard of this, of people playing in Scotland, and a lot of Scottish people heard of this, but this is an electric fence. A lot of people would call them a bull fence, but this is to keep all the cattle off the greens and the tees. So you can see there, that's a cow shed right in front of us. The cows and the sheep roam freely in the course, and they naturally cut the grass, and then they'll probably mow over the fairways. So yeah, it's naturally grazed, this course, which is cool. But yeah, you won't get any cattle on the greens or the tees, so they're protected, but the rest of it is fair game. This is a wee protector for the old cojones here, so you don't get a shock in the privates. It's the cheapest greenkeepers in the world, I guess, that cutting your grass. It's the cattle, so it's quite cool. And you sort of hit off here, the road that you drive through and turn off into the golf club just keeps going down the first, and you actually drive over it. So a wee road hole. Well, South End is the village here at Dunaverty. But this is right down on the edge. It feels like the edge of the world here. Down south of Campbelltown, right down at the edge. The Mull of Kintyre's just over here, but it's at the end of the Kintyre Peninsula. And the chat is, you get down to here and you look right and you see Northern Ireland, and you look left and you see the Ayrshire coast. So, pretty special.
Yeah?
No, nothing.
Grab it. You gotta fully grab it.
I'm too scared. Little par 3 bowl here, number 4. The cows all in the backdrop, just roaming about. Hello, big boy. 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 Hitting over the wee sea inlet here. Oh, I can see a ball down there already, so somebody's had a wee topperoo. Look at the wee fisherman's hut over there. How cool's that? It's the wee stone fisherman's hut. Wow. Oh yeah. We walked back off the course, definitely a bit gutted that we didn't get to play because it looked awesome. And Willie Ralston, the captain, great guy. I talked to him on the phone before we come in for like half an hour. He's waiting for us, asked us to come in for a coffee. Pete, how are you, sir? Oh, good to see you.
The man the other end of the phone.
That's it. Yeah, these are the lads, Jack and Tom. This is Willie, captain. How you doing? I'm John, nice to meet you. Sit down with another couple of committee members, and just amazing to hear how passionate they are about their own course. All the members get stuck in whenever there's any issues that need solved with some manpower.
There's one that we got from the wind turbine factory when it closed.
Right.
And the planks were all on the other way. It was more for storage, I'd be right in saying.
All of a sudden he asks, have you heard or do you know about Belle Robertson? And actually I had heard about Belle Robertson previously. One of the most decorated Scottish golfers ever. MBE, honorary member of the R&A, just an absolute legend. And he says, do you want me to call her and get her down for a chat? And I was like, yes.
Look at that, out of nothing. The weather was gorgeous.
I know, just for a second or two.
And then it'll pass very quickly.
Yes.
So I've seen and heard about all your accolades. Too many to mention in golfing, but
So long ago I've forgotten about it.
tell me about, was it here you grew up as a junior? Farm, I believe.
Yes, I
Tell-
was born here and then left here when I got married. Went to live in the big smoky city of Glasgow.
Did you?
And came back again when I lost my husband.
Right. So did you play in Glasgow? Did you join somewhere?
Yes, I played. I played in quite a few courses in Glasgow. I was fortunate to get honorary membership of quite a few. I played at
Very good.
Douglas Park,
Oh yeah, well that's close to me.
Cannon Castle,
Yep.
and Clydebank District.
Oh yeah, close to me as well.
And I was also a member of Troon.
Very good, very good. Well, I seen you won locally then at the Helen Home,
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
which is still a big one.
Still a big one.
Yeah.
Actually bigger now, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
fantastic, fantastic. Tell me about junior days and how did you grow up playing and learning the game, which I'm very interested. No practice ground here.
No.
How did
Practice ground. I didn't start playing till I was 15.
15.
Yeah, year I left school, and my mother suggested that I should have some lessons. So off I went to Machrihanish, and Hector Thompson taught me.
Hector Thompson.
No.
Right.
Yeah, because his nephew at that time was Hector Thompson, and he was the Hector Thompson who he played Walker Cup, and he won the British Amateur. And
Wow.
I think he turned professional in his mid to late 30s, because it wasn't the temptation to turn professional in those days as it is now.
Yes.
So
And is it?
so we got quite a lot of, the Thompson thing was there through the whole thing.
Good players.
Yeah, and because you're isolated down here.
Yes. Well, it didn't stop you, did it? It didn't stop you going on to doing Curtis Cup and
I was
international.
Just lucky.
Yeah.
Just
How
lucky.
did it come naturally at the start? I'm always interested in how people develop their skill, and when I was a junior, I always just loved hitting golf balls, and I guess that helped me get better. But what about yourself? Did it come naturally, the swing, and was it a lot of hard work and a lot of playing? How did you get to a point where you went, oh well, I'm now winning local stuff, to then I may go and venture into the bigger women's game and girls' game?
Well, you just play here and you play in the medals and that kind of thing, and then you join Machrihanish and you play in their competitions.
Yep.
And then the very first thing I ever played was Dunoon. It was an open meeting, and
What age?
I was just about 18.
Okay.
Just about 18 then, and that was successful, very successful. I never ever started with 36 was the maximum handicap. I never ever started with that. I started with 30.
Okay.
And then from Dunoon, I won a voucher for £5, which was a huge amount of money in those days. And
What did you spend it on?
well, my mother decided it was time. I had never been to Glasgow. It was time I was going to further my education and travel, and off we went to Glasgow.
Okay.
I said to her, well, I'll only go if I can spend my £5. So off we went, and we were advised. I said, well, I'm going to get some new golf clubs, put it towards new golf clubs. So
What was the brands of the day? Was it McGregor or John Letters or?
no, we had advanced into Jean Donald and Jessie Valentine.
Oh right.
Just.
Right.
And
Right.
so I got Jean Donald, and the lady in the shop, it's a lady who, there was a net in the shop as well, and I said, oh no, there's far too light for me, these clubs, and because I'd probably played with men's clubs and longer clubs, no, this is what you should have and whatever. So I said, well, can I try them out at the net? And when she saw me swinging at the net, oh, where did I come from? And that's what got me into county golf.
Okay.
And then when you're in county golf, you're away.
You get a bit known in the international scene.
Yes, and I
gets
think
good.
at 18 I played for once, only time. I was too old then after that. You can't play after you're 18.
Yep.
In the Girls' Championship at West Kilbride.
Oh yes.
And
I know it well. I know West Kilbride well.
You know West Kilbride.
Yeah.
It's very flat, but it's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
It's
good.
nice
Right
place.
on the beach. Yeah.
And unknown to me, Scotland played England in a junior international at that time. They now play, the 4 countries play, but at that time it was only Scotland, England, and I played in the day prior, had a good score, and here I was playing for Scotland. And Scotland, we unfortunately lost 8-1.
Right.
And I managed to be the one.
Did you only get the one? Oh,
I
brilliant.
managed to be the one, and so that was me started.
Wonderful.
So I always seem to be able to raise my game, I think, in competition. You know, I had quite good concentration
Yeah.
of
Enjoyed the competition.
nervous, jumpy,
Yeah.
but I was able to concentrate quite
Yeah.
well. So,
Oh, you need that
and I had quite good rhythm.
rhythm. Yeah, I had heard something the other day online, and it was.
And I was a long hitter, so that was a huge advantage. Yes.
That is, yeah, yeah. It was Ernie Els speaking. He was getting interviewed. He's playing seniors golf now, and they asked all the other players one word about Ernie Els' swing, and they said, you know, rhythm. That's what's kept him in good
Yes,
stead.
delightful, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So from that point, 18, playing girls, getting recognised by Scotland, then you're then looking at like British Ladies Championships, and did it take you another couple of years to get to that level, or?
No, not really. I got to the British Championship. My second one, I got to the final and lost at the 37th.
Oh, long
So
day.
Everybody's saying, oh no, well, this was just a matter of time, you know, next year, whatever. Whew, took me about till I was nearly retiring by the time I won the match play. I was in the final a few times, but
Yeah.
I found a stroke play much easier than match play
Okay.
for some reason or other.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
That is
how
interesting.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's a sort of difference. You can see where, if you were to criticise Tiger Woods in any way, probably you would say his record in the Ryder Cup is nothing like as an individual.
Stroke play. Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
it's something
Absolutely.
maybe in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, there we go.
There was something up there I thought was quite interesting. A New Zealand amateur.
Yes, we were on a team Commonwealth team tournament.
Right.
That a team of 4, and we were playing it in New Zealand. And after that, usually you stay on for the following week, which is the championship. And I think I was, I won the champion. That was stroke play that I won. So that was it.
Very
so it was
good.
good. Yeah,
Very
it was
good.
very good.
And was there ever the pull to tee it up professionally? And
Well, no, by the time professional golf started in Britain, I might have been about 40, 42. So
winding
and
down,
it was
winding
never,
down the
because I
competition.
think the first prize would be something like, well, I suppose in those days, looking back, £3,000 was a lot of money, but that was the full pot
Yeah.
of the thing. So
Yeah.
really, you were hardly making expenses.
Yeah.
So the ladies' circuit, when it became professional, struggled very hard.
Yeah.
I think it was true to say that they're still struggling nowadays,
Yes,
really, unless
yeah.
in America.
Europe's
Europe's
hard, very
hard.
hard. We've got a great friend of the channel, Kelsey McDonald, who's going back onto the LAT next year. She's got a medical exemption, but I couldn't believe it. She was telling me that when she practices over the winter at a local driving range, she has to pay for the balls. And I said, well, what chance we got for not supporting our girls and our women? And she's got a full tour card. It's just
And
it's
we're
crazy.
supposed to be encouraging young girls to play golf
Absolutely.
and young people to play golf. I still think it's very expensive for young people
Yeah.
to play golf, unless they get a good club like here that just doesn't charge them and
Yeah.
looks after them.
Well, we were hearing all that from Willie about the club, and everyone
Yes,
pitches in to push this club. It's fantastic.
Elizabeth here takes them all out and gives her time and energy.
Doing the, what was it
Better
called?
as housework.
What was
Better
the
than housework. Nicer view.
and you still playing it here? Still going out?
Still manage 18 on
Very
a good
good.
day in
Yeah.
the sun shining.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's a
that's
struggle
great.
getting up number 10 and 12 now.
Yeah,
But,
big climbs.
yes.
Very good. And when did you play competitive amateur, elite amateur till? What sort of age were you when you?
I played my last Curtis Cup when I was 50.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
And we won it in Hutchinson, Kansas. The first team ever to win in the United States.
Hutchinson,
That
Kansas.
included,
That's
Wales.
amazing.
And
So you played a few Curtis
so it's
Cups.
quite, and the I don't know whether you've heard of Enid Wilson. Enid
Yep.
Wilson was a writer at that time, and she said, "Oh, they're sending the old age pensioners over to play in the match."
Did they really?
Yes.
Oh, so
because,
that would have fired you up then.
and a friend of mine, Diane Bailey, she was the captain, and her husband said, when it was going to the final selection thing, she was taken, and he said, "Stick out for the team you want, not the selectors." So I think maybe that's how age group, because fitness is a great thing in golf, and I've
Yeah.
always been quite fit, and I made an effort to be as fit as,
Right. So what did
You're always
that?
looking for little things that you can get
An edge.
an edge over your
Absolutely.
opponent.
What did you do then for your fitness? What was the?
Well, just a few sort of bends and stretches on the floor.
Yeah.
There was no great gymnasium or an
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah.
I'm amazed now at how they can, those boys that start at maybe say 5 o'clock in the morning or something, and they're to go into the gym for an hour.
Yeah.
How
Lifting
when they're in
weights.
competition that they spend as much time in the gym as that.
Yeah.
I would have thought
Well,
that. But
What about Curtis Cup? How many did you play, and how many did you play in the US?
Sorry, I have to
A few?
pass on that. I have to
A few?
think. A few.
Was it?
I think I played about 6 or 7. or
Did
something
you?
In
Did you?
total. In total.
Amazing.
But quite a few of them were
Yeah.
in the States.
And whereabouts in the UK was the Curtis Cup games? Where were the big matches? Were they all in links when they came here?
More or less. Newcastle County Down, we played
yeah.
one. In fact, the very first one we played was sponsored by Sir Stuart Goodwin, who was a steel, he had very successful steel works in Sheffield.
That's where Tom's from. That's his.
And that's where I played my first one.
Right.
Not very well. I'm afraid I got hammered on both occasions.
Was it?
There's so many people.
Was that an off week?
You come from here and you go out, and there was something like 28,000. 28,000,
Was there really?
Yes. I mean, amateur golf in
Was
those
bigger.
days,
Was bigger
much
than
bigger.
the pros stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
much bigger.
Yeah.
10 times bigger.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. That was the pure form, wasn't it?
uh-huh. And it wasn't lucrative to turn professional, really,
Yeah.
unless you were at a club.
Yeah.
So, anyway, there we go.
Ah, wonderful, wonderful.
Where else did we play the Curtis Cup? No, oh, gosh. Didn't expect all those questions before.
No, don't worry. No, absolutely.
No. I should remember Newcastle County Down. I remember anyway, and Hallamshire I don't know whether it was Hallamshire or not, but it was Sheffield anyway. That was the first one. Where else did I play? Oh, Western Gales.
Western Gales.
How could I forget
Yeah.
Scotland?
Yeah.
Western Gales had it, and there was a bit of a taboo there because it was an all-male.
I was
golf
going to
club.
say it's one of the stuffier ones.
And
It's
and
shirt and tie.
No pro and
Right. Shirt and tie to
tie,
turn up
yes.
still.
And
Yeah.
the pro, they had Glasgow Golf Clubs across the road.
Yes.
So they had the pro from Glasgow Golf Club. He had to set up his little tent, and this was in case anybody needed something done to their shoes, or the screw-in spikes in those
Okay.
days,
Yeah.
or anything, a club or
Is that
whatever.
right? Right.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And Jack Stephen set up his little tent
Yeah.
for the week. I don't know whether he was ever called on or not. I don't know.
Yeah. To help with equipment. That's amazing.
And I can't remember. I'm sure there was nothing like all the security and lanyards and paid to get in or not. It'd be quite interesting to find that one.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, pleasure, love. Yes, I need that.
Yeah, brilliant.
But no, the club, you can't do those things without somebody behind you, you know.
Yeah.
Because neither of my parents played golf.
Yeah.
My father used to
Interesting.
say. Father used to say, golf is not a game for farmers.
Is that right?
At that time, he would say he hadn't time.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember the war, but I can just remember that there was sweetie rationing and petrol rationing and
Yeah.
and those kind of things, and you walk to school and that sort of thing. But I think all those things help you, because once you get onto the golf course on a competitive day and it's raining and windy and all sorts of things, then you say to yourself, well, you know, your father didn't allow you to sit in the house. If there was a job that you had to do outside, out you went, and so therefore the rain and the weather didn't affect you as much as especially somebody with glasses before contact lens.
Yeah.
So
You could deal with the conditions a bit better.
There are a few advantages from there's a lot of advantages for coming here as well.
Yeah.
And also when you finished and got away, you came home, and of course, oh, you're back, hello, and that's it, you know, and you settle into where you were before.
Yeah.
Which, if you went into a city and something, you probably take that disappointment with you for days and weeks and that kind of thing. You don't get the same, and then of course you're out in the nice countryside here.
Yeah,
all
stunning.
the time.
Well, we appreciate you coming down. That was very kind of you,
No,
Belle.
it's all right.
Thank you.
It's,
Thank
I
you.
should ask you, you should make a new ladies' tee at the third, just up level with in front of the men's. On the coast, on the coast, on the thing, so that you could see Macrabeg Bay.
I can say that too.
And that's a wrap. We finished the West Coast Swing Shiskin with Alice, Macrahanish. We played ourselves, Mac June's Man in the Van, Dunaverty. Gets called off with frost. We're gutted leaving. But we got to speak to Belle Robertson, which, you know, probably one of the highlights of my life, never mind the trip.